Hello!
Welcome to the cosmic ocean.
Welcome, everyone. We are very grateful and very blessed to be here with you today.
Ashe. What happened to your... Yeah, in the middle of the cosmic ocean little...
What?
No, remember?
It's just different every time.
Oh, okay.
I didn't feel it this time. I'm Fatima.
I'm Nayeli. And
we are your hosts today.
You're feeling it.
That is the energy today.
Get it. I want to start off saying that here in Denver, Colorado, we are residing on the unceded land of the Cheyenne and Arapaho peoples. And it is important to acknowledge that we are on stolen land.
So you can follow Nayeli on the Nay_area on TikTok. She does readings live. And then also you can book her on her Linktree for private readings and private sessions and healing sessions. And I think what I've noticed lately is like if you have an issue or a deep personal question that you need to work through, I think it's best to go and book her privately.
Yeah.
So it's hard to work through those issues on a live on TikTok.
Oh yeah, oh my god. And sometimes I get a little embarrassed because some of these ancestors have a lot to say and
they have no
filter.
No filter.
Yeah.
And then they get mad at Nayeli for not saying what she's supposed to say.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes a whole shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you can book me. I want to talk about that actually really quickly.
Okay. So you can follow me on Hija del Maíz on TikTok and Instagram, and let's go.
Hey.
All right. That was a perfect opening segue.
So I want to talk about how I remember I called you and I was like, hey, so I want to do healing sessions, but I want to be able to take a being, which is so interesting. Okay, hold on. To take a being into another state of consciousness, which would link to hypnosis, which would link to the idea that we can reach the alpha level through hypnosis. And that's kind of what I wanted my healing sessions to be like, especially because fear is, my God, so deeply embedded into us that I just felt it'd be easier to really go in there and boop, take it out, right? Obviously, it's not that simple. We take it out, but they still have to allow it to come up.
Right.
And then I remember, so what, I told you this like around, it was, time is not real, so literally like, what, a month ago? So then, right, so I had that idea, okay, we can definitely do this, especially for communities of color. To really just get rid of this fear from navigating a society that is literally meant to keep us down, right?
Right.
So then I started doing them with my clients that booked like inner child readings and ancestral readings because they were deep healing sessions, and it was more about these ancestors, the higher selves of these clients, the inner children of these clients. They really wanted to, it's just such a beautiful opportunity to bring in further healing that they really pushed me into doing it. They guided me through this, both of us, me and my client, right? Yeah. So then all of a sudden I just realized, oh shit, I'm really doing this, and it is exactly what I wanted it to be.
Right, and you're not doing it.
I'm not doing it?
No.
Oh my God. I was like, wait. No, yeah, that's very, very true. And those moments, I really, truly am just a vessel.
You are the vessel.
And in the back seat, just watching everything happen.
So I guess as you explain that, I want to explain to our listeners how we have our physical body, right? So we carry diseases in our physical body, and that we heal by going to the doctor, massage, teas, whatever we need, we heal it, with medicine. Then we have our emotional body, which is like right outside of ours. So just imagine like a circle, like if you extend your arms out, that is your whole physical, emotional, and spiritual body around you, right? So then the next layer is your emotional body. And so that's where you carry all your emotions, where you carry the fear, where you carry all of that stuff. So that's why healers, like Reiki, curanderas, all of the people, they can heal and they work on the emotional and the spiritual part of your body. So they can go in and heal the emotional and that stuff that is stagnant, that you're carrying in your emotional spirit, in your emotional body. Then you have the spiritual body, which is where you work in more, because then that's that you're working in right now, specifically that you're talking about. It's like that you're in with the psyche, with your spiritual, with everything, and you just go in and pluck out whatever.
Yeah, which is so insane, because it's a goal, and we reached it really quickly, which is also very interesting. In this society, they teach us that we have to spend years in a practice to be able to teach it, which I think really warps our mind from being able to open and believe our own abilities, which is colonization. Because I'm telling you, I didn't decide, okay, I'm gonna do it now. This shit just happened to me during one of my fucking sessions.
Yeah, so I was listening to, I'm taking this little curso, it's like Brujas Morenas, and I just love because it says Bruja from Mexico City, and then it's just a class, and she's like, you know what, limpiando con un huevo, cleaning with an egg is our heritage. We're born with that. It's our culture. It's in us. She's like, I don't even have to explain this because you're born with it. You know how to do it. Every Mexican individual knows how to do this because they have it in their DNA.
Right.
As well with barridas, with limpias, with all of that. We have that already. We don't need don't you feel it? Like, we don't need to be taught. We already know it. She's like, just get it, and you start, like, obviously they explain how to do it, but she's like, just do it because you have it in you. That your body and you're always talking about that.
And then but it's so difficult to reach that point because every step of the way, even because it's in your mind, right? Every thought that you have that counter thought of, you aren't powerful enough. You haven't studied it enough. You need to learn more about it. You need to find an elder. You need to do this and that and this and that and this and that. And it's just, for me, in my experience, it was really difficult to break out of that fucking mold that I had to follow somebody else's footsteps and trust myself, because I feel that, oh my God, when you say las barridas, there's something about that shit that my body's like, I need to make that ASAP.
It's like,
I'm like, ugh.
I'm totally thinking, like, one of my clients that he wanted to do like an energy work, an energy healing, a Reiki healing. And I was like, oh my God, he totally needs a barrida. So when he comes, I'm going to totally do a barrida on him. I was like, hell yeah.
I already have, and then, so I already have like a list of things that I want to make for a barrida. So I'll just tell you it and we can do it together.
Oh, perfect.
But so interesting too, because I've always had it in my mind, I have to learn about herbs. I have to sit down and read, and so that I can know. But then there's some times where I just touch a tree and I feel everything and I know what its properties are.
That doesn't take away that, yes, we do have to learn. And it's so important to learn and to read. And it is important to have our elders. But then what it comes down to, you have to come back and trust yourself, right? Trust yourself, know what you know, because you are so divinely connected to all of your ancestors that they are your elders, right? They are your connection.
Right. And then there also reaches a point where, which is what I'm trying to get you to break out of, whenever you're ready, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, if I'm constantly talking about this and this is what you're constantly hearing, then at one point you have to reach that space as well, right?
What
space? Just the space of, we are the connection to the divinity.
Yes.
So just going back to, we know everything.
Right. It just...
And you just want to hold on to these traditions, which I understand because they connect you to your roots and to this specific line.
Right.
But then remember, we have to detach from this reality.
And I totally get
hold
that.
Hold on.
Listen, Linda. It's because I think it's so important that, yes, you can say that and you can do that because you've done your shadow work. You're there. You do not function with your ego. You don't let your ego get in the way. But when individuals come in with this colonization, functioning in with the ego, then hardcore, they need their elders, they need their guys, because then that's why you see all these white people appropriating, like, oh my God, that TikTok video that's going around with that guy with putting agua florida in his mouth and spitting. It's like, really, dude? Really? You do not do it with that. You do not. and so it's stuff like that's why they have these rules in place, and that's why the practices are closed. Because all of this stuff. So that's where I'm like teetering that. Yes, I totally 100% understand that, but I think that when you're not ready and you're not at that space, then you can't completely function just like this. Right. You know?
And I understand that 100% as well. But then there's this part where it almost clicked for me, and I was talking. Stop it, because I was talking to you about it when I was washing dishes. I was like, okay, and then you look at my experience too. When I was operating from that space of ego, I couldn't do what I wanted to do.
You couldn't do it. You were so stuck.
So then that's when it's like, even if I'm going to, in my experience, going to operate from the space of ego, the universe is going to check my ass quick.
Oh my God, I follow this other guy on TikTok that I really like, that he has your deities as well, that he follows, that are his santos. He's saying how that he just got checked, that he's in big shit. He's in a big shit pool, and he's really in trouble with her because he didn't listen, and he started, getting all these followers and showing off on TikTok, and he just steered away from his mission, and so they're all mad at him. They're all mad at him. All his santos hurt, and so he's like, I realized that I was working through my ego, and they are not happy. So at that point too, it's like so beautiful that you can connect, and you know what you're doing, and you know when you're also doing wrong, when you're functioning with the ego.
Oh my God,
and so that's something with you that is so beautiful, that you keep that ego in check.
I have to because fuck. That ego death that I went through in October through December was horrible. I just felt like in a constant state of yearning and confusion and darkness, and
it was 3 months.
3 months. But 2, I feel like it's really hard for me sometimes to keep my ego in check. Actually, no, it used to be really hard for me.
I still struggle with that.
Yeah.
I struggle with that. No. I struggle.
It's okay.
I struggle.
It's okay.
Yeah. It gets away with me sometimes.
It's
or what is it? What I let it run. What is it? I don't know. No metaphors come to mind.
No, I understand. It runs away from you.
It's like railroads me, and I'm just like running with the ego. But you guys bring me right back.
And so hard. Oh my God. When you are in that space of ego. One thing too, it's like we are the connection to divinity. That is our roots, because we are God. That is the only roots that is.
Right. So it's all of us. Oh my God. So then if you say it like that, obviously we are one. We are God. We are. So our roots are everything. Everything. Oh my God.
And so then it's like, but in which life? So which life will dictate which roots you cling to, right? So then that's when it's like, oh my God. Okay, so remember when we were like, this idea that Thoth was able to time travel because he was detached from this reality?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get to. When you detach from this reality, I'm detaching from you're my mother, I'm detaching from I'm Mexican, I'm detaching from I'm a woman, I'm detaching from I have 2 sisters, I'm detaching from all these understandings because I realize that I can just move into you and be exactly all of this. Then I can move into somebody else and I'm exactly all of that. But only in the idea of I am not, then I am.
Right.
Oh my God, what? That was really cool. Hold on. And so then, moving from this, okay, so then that's when I'm like, you have to realize that you are, the only connection is divinity. It doesn't matter what tools you use when you do your shadow work and when you're not operating from ego, or, disclaimer, right? The disclaimer that you just gave. That it doesn't matter what roots or what resources you use to get there, because at the end of the day, the goal is to realize that when you look up, that's you. And that there's only one light. Yes. Did it make it click?
Oh my God, what just clicked was like everything that Natalie always talks to us about. It's like we're everything. We are. That's why she teaches just all of it, right? And nothing, because we're all connected. We're all one. We're all. Damn.
So then I want to move that understanding, like pick that whole thing up, and then you put it into this dream understanding. Okay. In our dreams, I don't believe that this is the dream either. Right? Which is what Adeline says. I don't believe that this is the dream. I think this is real. Right. And so when you have this practice of detachment, and then what's lucid dreaming? You're aware that you're dreaming, but it's not a dream. It's another reality. But then if you practice that idea of detachment, then you are able to fully surrender to that experience and realize that it's just you. And when I say it's just you, like you really are. People try. Okay, there's this. I feel like this understanding, this philosophy around lucid dreaming that's like, I need to realize that I'm dreaming so that I can control it. But for me, it's like, I want to go deeper into it. Yeah, I want to be so engulfed into it.
It's like one of the other metaverses.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a different reality. Right. But it's like, instead of being pushed further, which I think is this theme that has been following me around, is this idea that everyone tries to detach. I used to try to detach myself from things, and you see it when, like, okay, hold on. When we're talking about lucid dreaming, you want to detach yourself from this understanding of, how can I explain it? Okay.
That it's a dream.
That it's a dream.
You want to detach yourself that it's a reality. I mean, a dream. It's more of a reality.
No. Hold on. That I feel as if...
Do you think that in the dream we're in the Matrix?
No.
So we're out of the Matrix in the dream.
We're out of the Matrix because we're understanding that it's not a dream.
Okay.
So technically this is all a Matrix and we're just in it, right?
Right.
But depending on how you operate dictates everything. We can't really get out of the Matrix. We're still in the Matrix, but we can see that it's a Matrix.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
cool. So, what I'm trying to say is that everybody has this, in society, it's almost as if you want to get away from things. It's not necessarily detaching, because there's an illusion with this understanding that you're detaching, but in reality, you're just running from it and it's controlling you, right?
Okay.
So like with fear and suppressing things and weed and alcohol and just using other things to run away from something. But the more that you're running away, like, the more intense it is. So really you're just enmeshed into it.
Right.
Okay. So then there's this idea that I've been thinking about, that it's like, when you want, it's not about running away from your mind, it's about going deeper into it. It's not about detaching or separating or running from the idea that it's an actual dream, but being fully engulfed in the idea that this is a life, this is a real life.
It's like,
does that make sense?
Kind of. It's like when you're saying, like when we're talking about how you're mad, feel the anger. You're sad, feel the sadness.
Yeah.
You're angry, feel it. Like, go
dive
in and feel
into
it and dissect it. So it's the same thing.
Right. And so then, but it's so interesting because you can apply it everywhere.
Right.
I don't know how to explain it, so maybe we can drop it, but yeah. And it's interesting too because it's like what I was saying earlier, it's detaching. Mm-hmm. So it's like, how do you balance detachment and going further into it?
Into the dream?
In general. How do you practice detaching from this reality so that you can jump into other realities, but at the same time,
okay, so let's take it back.
into the experience?
That's a lot. How do we okay, so what you're saying is, how do you detach, but then going in?
It's a balance.
Wait, what's the whole, where are we going with this?
I'm just telling you what I've been experiencing with dreams and how I've been realizing that it's actually different realities.
Right. But, so, we understand that. Okay. Different realities.
And then I think that it's really cool because when I wake up, it's like, oh, I am able to experience everything.
So now you acknowledge that they are. It's more than just, okay, you can experience, but that you acknowledge that it's a different reality.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I guess what I was explaining was the how to acknowledge that it's a different reality.
By detaching that there's only one reality.
From detaching, yes, but in order to detach from one reality, you would detach from your identity.
Okay, that's what I don't understand.
So you detach yourself from
this
thinking
identity.
That I am only Fatima.
Right. Well, I can be Fatima in other realities.
Right, but you're also me.
Right, in other realities.
Right.
Yeah.
But then it's that when I realized, oh, in order to time travel, in order to live a long life, in order to be in time traveling in my dreams, I have to detach from this reality, from this identity. That gave me hardcore anxiety. Because
so I guess detaching isn't a good word. I guess
but it is.
It's more of like understanding that the way I see it, it's more like understanding that this isn't your only life and your only reality. Understanding that there's more, right? It's like the movie, everything everywhere.
Hold on. But then you have this idea, but the movie is different because there's a sense of comfort in knowing that it's still your body and your vessel, or your vessel. But when I found this out, it gave me anxiety because I was like, well, everything that I worked for in this life means nothing, because the moment that I time travel to a different reality where I am no longer Nayeli, all that went to shit.
Oh, and that's what freaked you out?
And that's what freaked me out.
Oh.
But that's the detachment that has to happen.
Okay. So I guess that's more, what's the word? Como que te aferras a una reality, right? And it's not. Like, I for me, that doesn't, I understand that, and it doesn't scare me.
Okay.
Because I think what was more scary is realizing, one, that there's more realities.
Okay.
I think that for me was the hard part to understand.
So then what keeps you here?
Because the reality that I'm working in right now?
Yeah. But why? Do you want
The attachment? Okay.
And then you're so hell-bent, respectfully, on traditions and the roots, and I have to do it this way and I have to do it that way. And that's the attachment that I'm talking about. And that's like the moment.
But that's also the colonization. That's because I get it, yeah.
The detachment? Or
no. The attachment, the holding on to everything.
Well, I mean, it could. I feel like it.
I went down a couple levels. Never mind.
No, you're fine.
Colonization, like way down here, and we're talking about this. Okay.
And there's a point where we have to shed that too.
I get it. There was this movie on Amazon with Salma Hayek and who was the
Johnny Depp.
No. I love Johnny Depp, but not that one. Salma Hayek. It's a new one. It was this weird one that they were like taking these pills and they would go into this other reality, and then they would have to drink these other pills and they would go back to their reality. So it's like that. But then in the reality that they were, the fake reality, he was like attached to his daughter, and he didn't want to leave it because of his daughter. And Salma was like, "It's not your daughter. It's not your daughter." And he was so attached to it. And then she finally got him out, and then they were in their beautiful little. Oh my God! Okay,
that's what I'm talking about. But you have to do it in every sense, because it's like.
Okay, so for me it's harder because I have kids.
I don't know why it's harder for you.
Because I can't leave you guys.
I mean, I have a family. I have you and the girls, so it's really hard for me too. But it's just almost.
You said
like,
you're already detached.
Did I say that I already detached?
Yeah, okay.
I think
don't detach yet.
Chill. Ow! See, look at your attachment to me. I'm just talking on. I think I'm working on it, and I've seen growth in it because of how I react to dreams.
I get it.
Or to those realities.
Well, it's because, come on, like, we get so. Of course, we're attached to our kids, our family,
everything that we
job,
build
our houses
here. But that's part of the goddamn Matrix.
God damn. And in that movie, is a movie. They were homeless. She was homeless, Salma Hayek. And she knew, like, just completely aware of her,
reality.
Damn.
And in the Matrix, and the new one, the only thing that kept her stuck in her reality was her kids.
Damn.
She's gotta let me go. Because at the end of the day, we're still the same person, and we're gonna meet each other up there.
Damn. Como diría Nayeli, damn, homie.
Damn, homie. Do I say that?
You always say homie.
I say homie, and I say damn, but I don't know
so
if
I say damn. So you say it, damn, homie. Damn, homie.
Me metes muchas palabras, mija. I
say you or me.
Okay. Now she gets it. Now she understands what we're talking about.
I guess I just get worried that we're like going in so deep, right? But there's an audience for everything.
Yeah. And plus, I'm excited about this because I've been wanting to talk about it.
Damn, that's so true.
I feel okay. So then. I guess there's that, and we can dive. Is there anything else that you want to add?
Go ahead and go to your and then.
Because I was going to say that going back to that story where I was wanting to, time is not real, and they really force us into trying to deprive us of our identity. We started doing those healing sessions. Spirit said we're gonna do it, and then I was talking to somebody on TikTok maybe around February or January, and they were asking if we could get a reading, if we could do a reading where they can meet their soul.
I remember that one.
Or have a soul healing.
And did you guys ever do that?
No, we haven't. And I remember I told them in the reading, we can get there, but there has to be, you can't reach God or creator or the universe without going through your body first, right? Because you have to process all that trauma. You know what we're talking about.
Oh my God. So we can put a little, so side note, and it's so much work because I feel like every time I feel that I'm closer, that I'm good, that I took care of all my shit, something else pops up, right?
Yeah.
And like, I think this whole week, this whole week, oh my God, I just feel like it's been one thing after another.
Well, we did a fucking healing session and I told you this shit was gonna happen.
And it's just like shit that I seriously thought that I did not matter anymore, right? And I think that this is where my ego that we were talking about gets in the way, that my ego's like, oh, I got this, right? But then no, I don't.
I mean, you still do.
Like, well, okay, right, but like, I don't have it. Like, I haven't taken care of it. But I think that after I move the ego out and realize that I do have to work on it, and then I address it, then I'm good, right? But I think just for me to get to the point to address it took a while for this one. This was something that, like, my grandpa called me out. My grandpa, he's always calling me out.
Yeah.
My grandpa called my ass out. He's like, you want to be okay and you think you're okay, but you're not.
Yeah.
And so I was like,
That was a story that I didn't finish earlier.
Yeah.
So we just circled back to it. Yeah.
But then he was like, what was the thing that he told me that was huge too? I lost the train of thought. That he was like, you need to, it's a problem, so you need to face it and you need to deal with it. Just because you didn't think it was going to ever come up again and you just pushed it aside, that's not you fixing it or addressing it, right? You need to face it head front and deal with it, address it.
Stop running.
And it's not addressing it with anybody, it's just addressing it with me.
Yeah. That's the big one. Yeah. Which I feel like you heard it in this exact moment is for a reason.
Right.
We can talk about why. Do you want to talk about why? Like, for example, this week after our healing session, one of the biggest things for you that they were on your ass about was there is no such thing as a right path.
Right.
You're obsessing over that.
Yes, how I'm always like, when you guys have heard this, that I'm always like, the right path. And I guess, do you want me to go ahead and go in?
Oh, yeah. Okay,
so I guess for me, it's like, the main reason and what it all came down to was like, I wasn't addressing the fact that I chose this path, right? That I chose this 20 years of it was an uphill battle with like freaking two boulders. I was holding on to two boulders or pulling
there's the story, Greek mythology of that man who had to push up a boulder.
Yes.
That was you.
That was holding me, pushing up that boulder for 20 plus years. And so I was adamant that I did not choose this, right? That I was on the wrong path. But now I'm on the right path and now it's good. So for me, it was huge that was my way to escape, I guess, to not address any of it. So
wait, I have a question. If you didn't choose it, then what happened? Like, what would you tell yourself?
So what I was just telling myself was just situations, right? That it was that I was on the wrong path. I did choose, but I was on the wrong path. Yeah. It wasn't the right path. It wasn't the path that I should have been on.
So then you were still choosing it.
Yeah, but it was more circumstantial.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Like, I ended up there. Like, I ended up there. Situational. Things happen.
I mean, which is
I took the wrong turn and then the U-turn and then I got all
Oh my God. Your ancestors are like,
I know, guys. I know.
They're like, you said one or two. I'm going to do one.
Right.
Over and over. Okay. Sorry.
And over. Yes. So then I made peace with that. And the big issue here, the big point, the big aha moment was like, oh my God. I just did not want to acknowledge that I chose this, that I did this to myself, that I needed and I wanted this human experience. And so now I see it. I chose it. And I guess my big takeaway is that I just didn't forgive myself for it, right? And I couldn't believe, and I still can't believe, I'm better, I'm getting better. I can't believe that I put myself through that hell.
Yeah.
For 20 years, for fun.
Yeah.
Right? Because I chose it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
not for fun.
Okay, not for fun, but
because you were
because I wanted the human experience. So I think that's what it came down to. That I was always adamant that there was a wrong and right path, and they went after me, my ancestors.
During the healing session.
That there's no wrong path. That we chose the path, and it's one path, and
live it.
Yeah.
Feel it. Whatever it's happening for a reason. See it.
And so so I had a huge moment last week. Was it Sunday?
Pulling weeds.
Yeah. Well, what was so funny? We went to the movies with the whole damn movie. That's all I could fucking think about.
What movie did we watch?
Jurassic Park.
Oh.
I got to rewatch it. But the whole damn movie, that's all I was thinking and thinking. They had me in this whole little meditative state. I don't even remember what the fucking movie was about.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Damn.
And then we came home and we were pulling weeds. And that's when it finally clicked. I was like, damn, I just need to forgive myself. I need to forgive myself. And I think that's the hardest part for me, has my whole journey. And I think for everyone, like when you were talking about it on your TikTok, everybody's like, damn. So I think as humans, we need to acknowledge that we are human, right? And we commit these mistakes, and that's how we learn.
Yeah, and it doesn't take away from our divinity,
mm-hmm.
and it doesn't make us better. You know
mm-hmm.
what I mean? It just makes us who we are, and the entire journey is to just remember.
Yeah, but and it's like, it's
like
all.
What?
It's just because I guess forgiving yourself is just huge, because it's so much stuff, right? It's so much stuff. Because it's not just one incident. It's everything that you put yourself through, you put your kids through.
Yeah.
And so it's that's just, damn.
It's
it's been kicking my ass this whole, for a week.
I think so, yeah. I just think it's so beautiful because it's almost like a missing puzzle piece, you know what I mean? And it brings everything into further alignment.
And it's been so much, it's so crazy because I don't sleep. I don't sleep as I used to before. So like I've been waking up for months, right? Like at 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I don't go back to sleep till if I go back to sleep from 5 to 6 or whatever. But like this whole week after I made that little moment, I've been sleeping so much better, and so everything's just clicking, aligning, and but also for me it's just pushing that ego out to the side,
which is really interesting. I don't feel like you should push it to the side. I think you should look at it face on, which is what we've been fucking talking about. And why do you feel like you have to push it aside? B, what really is there?
So I guess just calm it, right? Like face it to make it small.
Face it to balance it out.
Because I think I just let my ego take the reins for many, many years. Mm-hmm. And so then lately that, when I started doing my shadow work and my therapy, it's like, oh, damn, that's when I get acknowledged. Oh my gosh, I'm just reacting. I'm working out of my ego. You
know what this ego is?
What?
It's connected to your heart chakra. It's like the opposite. It's to protect you. It's the wall.
God damn. And then obviously they went after my heart.
Yeah.
My heart is closed. The chakra is closed.
Well, not anymore. That shit's open, and that's why you're like dead ass.
I think the whole week all of us have been really looking into that forgiveness and really talking about it, and then it's really, so all this is making me super vulnerable.
Which is really good.
Which is really good. So I've been crying. I think every week. I think I've been crying once a week with the children for a couple.
Really?
Yeah.
You cried? Oh, you cried.
I got all teary.
Yeah, you did cry.
So it's just very. Just
and
having
how does
my
that
moments.
make you feel?
It's fine now, but at first I'm like, oh God, I'm crying.
Yeah, like almost running from it, and we go back to that
same idea. Cry.
Yeah. Damn, it's so interesting because when you said the reins, I had an image of you as somebody from the Roman times.
I totally saw that.
That is you touching into that reality.
Oh, I'm over there right now on my chariot.
Dead ass is so crazy because we didn't think about a horse. We thought about you on a chariot and you were a man. You weren't a woman, you were a man. I mean, what is gender at the end of the day? But you had just
the wind is blowing through my long Roman hair.
Hey. Oh my God, you also have long hair. Stop. We saw the same shit. We saw the same shit. So that is you touching into a reality.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
So you don't remember when I touched into that reality and I was like, Mom, I'm an opera singer.
I don't remember.
No, you're not.
Oh, I totally crushed your dreams.
the thing is that it wasn't I didn't want to be an opera singer.
Okay.
But I was just like,
I don't remember. It was because you would say and do a lot of stuff, so. And then I was kind of not there, right? I was there, but not there.
Oh yeah, like don't worry about it. I don't need an apology.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I just you don't remember.
So I guess it just depends on the day at the time and what the hell's going on. In
so it was just very life altering for me, and it was just another Wednesday for you.
Yeah, I was just trying to get your girl, just trying to survive.
No, I understand. Yeah. I get that. So hopefully you can go back and reach your divinity and detach from all these ideas and structures and what did you say?
All these fake children that aren't real.
All these fake children that aren't real. Really quickly too, it's just your ego. It's not about checking. It's about like bringing it into balance. Everything
and that's what everything is. That duality, living in the duality, right? Living in the balance, not. And I remember how you were having such a hard time with that. I remember. Yeah. And for me, that I love that, but it did take me a minute just to understand that, because you know how I don't know. I don't think I had difficult understanding duality.
No, I think it was just me and me constantly talking about it.
And you fought that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, there are still some things when it comes to that I'm like, okay, yes, but we can still, if we don't have to be so hardcore about it. Right. One of the biggest things that really clicked in my head was like, if it's gonna be a hardcore patriarchal society, then that fucking pendulum is going to swing straight to the other way.
Exactly.
And I'm like, whoa.
Exactly.
And then she's like, if you love really hard, it's gonna swing the other way.
Exactly. What Nayeli is trying to explain is that our whole world, right, lives in this balance and this duality. So when we have all these people awakening and finding their true selves, then what's the opposite, right? All this other hate and not necessarily hate, the people who don't know, who are so closed-minded, who are so
fear and hate.
It was because lamentablemente, unfortunately, I think it's the fear and the hate that go hand in hand, right?
Oh yeah.
Because they just use the hate as a protection,
right? And we go back to the anger being what is it, the easiest outlet?
Yeah. So whenever there's all this beauty, then all this negative and the ugly comes out to balance it out. And when there's so much ugly, then we have all this beautiful beauty. So
this beautiful beauty, going back to like that hate and the fear really quickly. God, I just also have been thinking about how this fear has us so locked into this goddamn matrix that it makes us feel like everyone is against us, and that everyone does shit to us, but then there has
and that
to
keeps
be
us even more
so fucking trapped.
Keeps us so this. Oh my God! So going on to that, it's like so like we have this, what is it? This fear, and I did this all the time too. Like something would go wrong. Oh my God, somebody's doing something to me.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my God, something's happening. Oh my God, I gotta call my dude. Hey, check me. Something's happening.
Mándame una limpia.
Yeah, and finally, like, girl, nothing is wrong. You can't call me for every little thing. Like, oh my God, a black cat walked right in front of you when you own a black cat. Really?
Yeah.
So I guess what it comes down to is our own fear sometimes sets us up. Our own fear is the one that does this shit to us, right? We block ourselves because of all that.
We block ourselves, and it's like, I agree 100%. And it's almost like there was this instance where it's like, if there was so many mishaps going on in your life, like you drop a jar and you're like, oh my God, what is that? What happened? It's like, you're not being present, homie. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that deep. You're just not being present. You are not aware. You are in your mind. This fear has you fucking shackled to this reality.
Yes. And I think that when I look back at instances in my life when I was living in fear, oh my God, everything's going wrong.
Everything.
I was so depressed.
Me too.
I was so stuck.
Me too.
I was, and it's just like, I think up until now, I'm barely learning how to live not in fear, right? Because even my nervous system was so conditioned to live in that fear and that constant.
That you would seek it out.
Yes!
That part.
Remember that time we were talking about it? Oh my, yes! That is so true.
Yeah. Dude, okay, hold on. I remember, I was like, Mom, I don't know if I should quit school. Back and forth. That was probably like my biggest fucking
slap in the face,
inner turmoil moment ever. Slap in the face. Why are you so aggressive?
Oh.
But no, it was like my biggest. I was in a conundrum.
With that shit.
Yeah, and I would think about it all the time, and it was just like constantly on my mind for months. And then...
And you were miserable and we were miserable.
Horrible. Yeah. And then my mom, we were in line at Starbucks, and my mom's like, I think that you're just looking for chaos and that you have no more chaos in your life, that I think this is the only outlet that you have given yourself. And I was like, no! That's not true!
Mind you guys, I have no filter, right? I just say things when I need to say them. And I don't think it was even me anyway.
Right.
It's probably one of the abuelitas.
Yeah.
And so they were light at Starbucks and Ailey's just like...
Literally.
And I was just trying to get my coffee and Ailey's like...
Dead ass. My anxiety was kicking in. I did not know where to go. Yeah.
So I think I didn't see you for like 36 hours after
that. And then later I was like, I don't know if I ever told you that you were right.
No. Yeah, I don't think you never acknowledged. You never... we never talked about it again.
Well, it was in my head.
You bitched a little bit about it after?
Yeah,
chaos.
probably. Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
But
it's because it's so true. When we're constantly living in this state of chaos and this craziness and this, when you have this peaceful calm, you're like, oh my God, what the
fuck is this?
What is wrong? And I think me and the girls, we would discuss this, that when I left, or chaos left. No, just kidding. After
it's
you
true.
left, yeah. After you left,
it's okay.
It's so funny because I think I'm voicing it out loud and it's like...
No, you always say it. You've said it at least in like 3 other podcasts already.
Okay, after the chaos left. Just kidding. So after
it's okay. Do we need to unpack this?
No.
Because you're getting giggly. Because
you're right. Okay, so after Nayeli left...
We can unpack it.
After Nayeli left, then we had a couple months of just like, the girls and I finding ourselves again, settling in, and then all of a sudden everything was just so freaking chill.
Quiet.
Huh. So chill.
That's so interesting. Like talking about duality, you guys were so in some stillness and bliss, and on the other end of that, I was in never-ending, constant anxiety and chaos. Boom, boom, boom. Every fucking day.
Yeah.
It's so crazy because it's like...
Totally. Yeah, we were in bliss. And then at that point, then we moved to another little place, and I was saving so much money on rent and stuff. So we were living our best lives, eating out every day, buying, we were chilling. And I think that at one point we all sat down and discussed how, oh my God, this is so nice, how we're not used to it, how our bodies weren't used to it, and it just, we just gradually
regulating your nervous system.
Regulated and fell in love with that stillness, and I think now our life is so freaking
similar.
Chill.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Like I think when anything comes in and starts to, for me, like when anything comes in that starts unregulating that, I just get the red flags and like the sirens blaring, and I'm like, oh my god,
no, thank you.
No,
yeah,
I don't need that.
Especially as a generator, I think we're getting better at that. I mean, I am. If my energy's not in it, which we talked in the last.
Yes, and it's so amazing though as generators and it's crazy that we're both generators.
Yeah, we feed each other. Did you notice that we're like a really good generators? Generators are really good teams because we have to be in a constant state of motion.
But we discussed this, and this is so crazy that your dad is what?
A projector,
and he was always go 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 go, and I was not.
So you guys flip flopped.
So we flip flopped because I wasn't doing shit.
He was taking all of your energy because that's what they do. They have like a very open, I don't know, light. I don't know. Ours is our sacral.
Our root.
Yeah, no, our sacral. And his, I think, would have been, I don't know if it's like solar plexus or something in the middle, or his heart. I'm not sure. But they like really absorb everything. So he was totally 100% absorbing
taking
yours.
all my energy. I wasn't doing anything, so then I couldn't regenerate, and so I was in constant. Oh my god, I was in a constant state of doing nothing,
which is really interesting too because projectors need that space to do nothing. You know what I mean?
And which is so crazy because we would never do nothing.
Yeah.
That's
and we work really well together again in that constant state of motion, but then too if I'm working you're like, oh my god, I can do it too, and when you're working, like, oh my god, I can do it too, like we are just constantly feeding. It's so crazy.
It's so cool. It is so crazy as generators though, like this is, I don't know if this is healthy for us, and it's not normal for all people, right? But we're constantly working. Mm-hmm. We're constantly doing stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I get up, go to work, come home, go work out. Then we'll come and do like the live, or I do a project, or I do homework, or like we're constantly doing something. Yeah. And we finally figured this out a couple months ago that as generators, if we don't do that, then we don't create. 2, we don't sleep. We're not healthy, right? And I think the most important thing is we don't create. Mm-hmm. Well, we're not healthy in the sense that we can't regenerate. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy.
It is really, really insane. And sorry, I had a moment when you were talking.
Oh, okay.
So, one of the moments was I was talking to a friend and I was explaining how a good life for me, a live, is when the energy is in a constant state of motion. Mm-hmm. If it blocks within me, what the fuck is going on? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Is it them? Is it an answer? What the fuck is going on? And I don't flow the way that I would like. And so then that's generator energy hardcore. And then there was another moment where the detachment helps so much with that. The detachment allows me to simply be a vessel. It's very normal for me to, when I have clients, let's say I have a client tomorrow, there reaches like a time frame. I don't know what the fuck, honestly. I don't know how it works, but we will find out eventually.
We will narrow that down.
Yeah, but
it's getting better because I think you would start feeling it as soon as they would book. Before.
Oh my god, though, and then it followed me all week. You're so right.
And so now it's just like the morning of or the night of.
Or the night of. Uh-huh. Well, I've been realizing it's the night of. It's been consistent this week that it's the night of that it hits. I can't sleep. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling their energy, but it's really interesting because the more that I have found that I've detached, the clearer it is that I can just feel that energy and allow it to move through me.
Yes.
Which was really, that was my moment. Like, whoa.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah. And again, everyone can do this. I mean, I think you're watching it. You're watching the growth happen as we sit here and do these podcasts.
Yeah. But I think this is the generator way we do it, right? You guys have to look into your human design and kind of work through. Because like there's projectors, reflectors,
right,
manifesting generators, and that's it, right?
That's really interesting, yeah. I also want to look into that and how they navigate, because we also have this understanding that at the end of the day, everybody can do it, right? So I guess it's just
different, right? How you do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll probably feel different. Mm-hmm. I'm intrigued. I'm gonna go look into that. I'm gonna see. So going back to my fucking story, because I want to circle back, I want to end that, but that person on live was talking to me about how they wanted to be able to have a soul reading, right? Mm-hmm. What is that? In that moment, I was like, I don't know if we can do that because you have to process a lot from your body so that we can just go straight there. And then I told them, I don't know, somewhere around June. Because I'll figure it out. I'll get my shit together. I'll figure it out. And it's in alignment. Yeah. It's in alignment. And 2, it's like now we can go into these healing sessions through your body to reach your soul or the universe or whatever, your higher self. And I don't know how to explain it. But it back then it was this understanding of you can't jump straight there. Well, we're not jumping. Right. We're going through it.
Right.
Damn, oh my god. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
That is really cool.
Well, that was the end of that thought.
So anyway, our session kicked my ass this week.
Yeah, and they told you.
Yeah, but it didn't.
So why are you acting brand new? They literally told you, right? They said you're going to be struggling.
Yeah, I struggled.
For a little bit.
I struggled.
Well, was it struggled? Or that's the thing, though, that they brought everything up so that you can see it. Wow, they really brought everything up so you can see it.
And so I was so freaking annoyed. So annoyed. And it was a couple days of annoyed.
Aww. Remember when you were talking about how your therapist, a butterfly, and she was yellow. Ashe. Remember when you were talking about how your therapist would tell you something and
oh my god, I did that. I so fucking did that. So when I was in therapy, my therapist would tell me something.
No, you already said it. You talked about it in the...
Anyway, I would get mad and be mad for like 3 days.
And then you just did it right now!
Yes, I was annoyed for a couple days. And, but this one was a little longer, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was a lot. It wasn't just that one thing, right? It was a lot of little things.
that at the end of the day, self-forgiveness was at its core.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then that's another thing I feel as if, I don't know if I've already said it, but people don't understand the depths of fear and how strong it is.
Oh my God.
Because sometimes I have healing sessions, not even, just like on the readings on live, that people come back and they're like, I keep hearing the same thing. Well, that's because you're not understanding its depth. Mm-hmm. It's because respectfully, that kind of perspective that you were looking at of, well,
it's the wrong path.
It's the wrong path. It's the right path. But it more like, I have to keep doing it, you know?
Right.
Like,
and,
it's
and
still there.
And I think it's like, what you don't understand is sometimes these processes take years, right? Because I remember living in this fear, knowing what I had to. Okay, so my first interaction with my grandpa was what, 2016? 2016. And it took me 16, 17, 18, 19, probably 3 years to finally listen to him, right? And so just imagine like how annoyed and pissed off he was. But it took me 3 years of him constantly telling me, constantly trying to talk to me and communicate with me so I can get it, and I didn't get it. Yeah. So it's like, you also have to remember that sometimes that fear is so deeply embedded that it becomes part of you, and that you just don't know how to function
without it.
Yeah.
But then that's why I'm doing all these healing sessions, because it doesn't have to be like that.
Right. Because I'm like, damn. And like, oh my God. And then I see like people around us that have been like walking with us, and then how easy it's been. Like, I see how easy it's been for them. And then it's just amazing how, because we've already done our work, and we're opening the path, that people can just come right through and don't have to go through that 3 years of me ignoring my grandpa, right? Yeah. And so I think that's also beautiful, that we're just opening the road and the channel.
Yeah, we're paving the way. That was already there, but was lost. You know what I mean? Yeah. Overgrown. What is that?
Overgrown.
Overgrown? Mm-hmm. Cool.
I think that was a great talk today.
Yeah.
Nice and vulnerable.
Yeah. And you feel a lot more grounded.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't reach you where you were at. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, that was it.
It was fun. If you guys have questions, reach out to us.
Yes.
On Instagram, on TikTok, Nayeli's email. You can post it.
Yeah. Everything is _area, _area. Everything's in my bio, whatever platform you decide to choose. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. If you want to connect with Nayeli for reading, look on her link tree.
Yes. If you want to hear more of what Hija del Maíz has to say, follow Hija del Maíz on...
With an E.
With an E. Why do you say that? I'm confused.
Because it's Maíz, just Maíz. M-A-I-Z. Maíz is an extra.
Oh.
Never mind. Hija del Maíz with an E.
Okay. And then you can follow them on Instagram and... TikTok. So yeah, thank you for listening to the Cosmic Ocean.
Ashe.